Everyone, and welcome to the Town Board of Town of Carmel voting meeting for Wednesday, April 6th, 2016. Before we start tonight, I have two Boy Scouts here with us, Thomas and Dylan Wilkinson, who are going to be leading us in the pledge this evening. Guys?
Will you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I just ask everyone to remain standing for a moment of silence to remember those brave men and women who provide us with the blanket of freedom that we live under in this country each and every night. Okay, thank you. Okay, and Tom and Dylan are here this evening. They are working on their communication and citizenship in the community merit badges, so good luck with that. I actually just went to an Eagle Scout ceremony over the weekend, and he had a bunch. So a couple of years we'll be waiting to get to yours, okay? All right. Again, this is a voting meeting this evening. All board members are present with the exception of Supervisor Schmidt, who is at a conference up in Albany for the next few days. All right, and that being said, we have Greg Folchetti, counsel with us, and Ann Spofford is here as well. Thank you, guys. First resolution is acceptance of town board minutes for March 9th and 16, 2016. Need a resolution?
So moved.
Okay, seconded. All right. Moved by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilman Snyder. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right. Resolution number 2. John, would you read this? This is a resolution authorizing approval and execution of agreement for Mahopac Falls Volunteer Fire Department pursuant to Internal Revenue Code, Section 147F.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Section 147F of the Internal Revenue Code, hereby approves the entry by Mahopac Falls Volunteer Fire Department into an agreement with principal amount thereof not exceeding $540,048 for the financing of certain equipment consisting of a 2016 Smeel pumper tanker for the aforesaid department, and be it further resolved that this approval shall in no way constitute any financial obligation or involvement in the referenced financing transaction, and be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute the aforesaid approval and agreement instrument in general form and substance as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Snyder, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, resolution passes. John, would you read resolution number 3? This is a resolution accepting proposal and authorizing entry into contract for Hydro Rake Services Lake Secor.
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, as Commissioners of Lake Secor Park District, hereby authorize the acceptance of the proposal of Aquatic Control Technologies doing business as Solitude Lake Management, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, for the provision of hydro rake services at Lake Secor for the years 2016, 2017, and 2018, and an aggregate base cost not to exceed $5,600 annually in accordance with the terms of the proposal dated February 8, 2016, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentations to effect the authorization upon the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. Great. Resolution number 4, this is a resolution authorizing attendance at a seminar. Susie, would you read this?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Director of Recreation and Parks James R. Gilchrist and Senior Recreation Leader Nina Kalmeyer to attend the 2016 Playground Equipment Inspection and Maintenance Managing Recreation Liability and Facility Users seminar offered by the New York Municipal Insurance Reciprocal in Tarrytown, New York, on April 12, 2016. And be further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes payment of reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. Okay, and that's just a seminar. I believe that was a free seminar, and it's by our insurance carrier, and that's going to be held in Tarrytown. All right, resolution number 5, John, would you read that? It's a resolution authorizing additions and/or deletions to the active list of the Mayapack Volunteer Fire Department.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the addition of the following names to the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Chelsea McNulty and Maggie Bacon, both of Mahopac, New York. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the deletion of the following names from the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department: Victor Rossi and Louis Buderoni, both of Mahopac, New York; Richard Armistead of Patterson, New York; and Roy Stevens of Norfolk, Virginia. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Snyder and seconded by both Councilman Lupinacci and Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. And we just want to thank Chelsea and Maggie for joining us. We look forward to your service, and we want to thank those who, for their past service, who've been recently deleted from the rolls. Next, we have resolution number 6. This is a resolution regranting of open development status to the Drew Holding Company subdivision tax map 53-2-28. John, would you read this one?
Whereas the Town of Carmel Planning Board has received an application from the Dune Holding Company for a 5-lot subdivision in which 4 lots will not have access to an improved street with a right-of-way width of at least 50 feet, and whereas the subject parcel designated as tax map number 53-2-28 is located on Mexico Lane, has an approximate area of 30.35 acres, and is located in a residential zoning district, whereas the proposed subdivision is shown on the plan prepared by Hudson Engineering and Consultant P.E. entitled 5-Lot Subdivision, Mexico Lane, Town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, site layout plan dated May 31st, 2008, and revised January 23, 2012, and whereas the application has represented it as the owner and/or authorized agent of the record owner, and has agreed on behalf of the owner to a lot count of 4 lots in the open development area, and to a total of no more than 5 lots in the entire subdivision, and to the establishment of limitations in any future subdivisions of the property as terms and conditions of open development. The open development resolution shall expire 2 years from the date of enactment if the final subdivision plot has not been approved and signed by the planning board and filed in the Putnam County's clerk's office within that time. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with the town clerk Ann Spofford and as read.
Seconded.
Okay, offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Abstain?
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. All right, next resolution is resolution authorizing advertisement for bids, and Susie, would you read this one?
Shall resolve that pursuant to the request of the Highway Superintendent, the Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel is hereby authorized to advertise for bids for tree felling and trimming services for fiscal year 2016. And be it further resolved that the Highway Superintendent is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the Town Clerk Ann Spofford to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, offered by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. All right, next is resolution number 8, and this is a resolution authorizing entry into contract with Putnam County Department of Real Property Tax Services. John, would you read this one?
Whereas appropriations have been made in the 2016 town budget for entry into various contracts for the provision of various services to the town of Carmel, and whereas said contracts are on file in the office of the town supervisor for the inspection and review of all town board members, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes town supervisor Kenneth Schmidt to enter into and execute on behalf of the town the contract with the Putnam County Department of Real Property Tax Services for preparation of the tentative assessment roll of year 2016 in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Schneider and seconded by Councilman Lupinacci and Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, next resolution, John, is a resolution waiving the notice requirement of Section 64 of the New York State Alcohol and Beverage Control Law with respect to a liquor license for Lakeview Bistro Incorporated doing business as Lakeview Bistro.
Whereas the representatives and/or proprietors of Lakeview Bistro, Inc., doing business as Lakeview Bistro, located at 976 South Lake Boulevard, Mahopac, New York, 10541, has advised of the intention to apply for an on-premise liquor license for which 30-day advance notice of such application must be sent to the municipality. And whereas the notice required by Article 5 of the ABC law may be waived by the town board, and whereas the town of Carmel Town Board does not intend to comment upon the application referred to herein, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of Town of Carmel hereby waives the 30-day notice requirement contained in Article 5 of the Alcohol and Beverage Control Law, and states that it does not intend to offer any comments regarding said application for a liquor license at the premise referred to herein, and be it further resolved that the town clerk, Ann Spofford, is hereby authorized to sign a waiver of said notice on behalf of the town of Carmel. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, and we do this from time to time. This is actually a new business, so there was no history needed to be taken here. So we wish them well once they open up. All right. The next is a resolution accepting proposal for professional services for Mapac Volunteer Fire Department data review. Susie, would you read this one?
Sure, resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal of Pinsky Law Group, Syracuse, New York, for the provision of review of hard data, financial submissions from the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department, which are required in connection with the contractual agreement for fire protection services for Carmel Fire Protection District Number 2 in fiscal year 2016 at an annual aggregate cost not to exceed $20,000. Said proposal and agreement in form and content is on file in the office of the town supervisor. And be further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to town council, town supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentation to effect the authorization upon the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second?
Offered by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, and just for the public's information, this was part of the contract requirement with the town and the Mapac Volunteer Fire Department for financial reviews, and we've retained Pinsky Law Group to do this review and present their findings periodically to the board. All right. Next is resolution number 11. This is a resolution authorizing, subject to permissive referendum, the issuance of $500,000 worth of bonds to the town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, to pay the cost of road reconstruction and resurfacing throughout and in for said town. Jonathan, would you read this one?
This is a bond resolution that's authorizing borrowing of up to $500,000 for the purpose of the road reconstruction and resurfacing throughout and in the town of Carmel, with a useful life of 15 years, subject to permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. All right, and just for the public's information, the next three resolutions are dealing with funding for highway, for projects that the highway superintendent brought to us, as he does every year. We are going to be anticipating borrowing money. The amount is not 100% sure. However, these resolutions give us a top dollar amount that we would borrow. All right, so Resolution 11 was $500,000. And John, would you read number 12? This is a resolution to, subject to referendum, construction of drainage projects.
Sure. This referendum authorizing borrowing up to a maximum estimate cost of $200,000 for the construction of drainage improvements throughout and in and for the town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, with a useful life of 40 years, subject to permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk, and as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. All right, next resolution is Resolution 13.
I'm going to do this one for
Councilman Lombardi's going to do it.
Lupinacci.
Lupinacci.
Did I skip him?
No, I'm
I
going to
was
do it.
looking
'cause
at
got
you,
the-
but I meant
got the-
him.
I got
Cheat
the
sheet?
cheat sheet for
Yeah,
it.
he's got
Took
the
it upon
cheat sheet.
yourselves, I see. Go ahead.
This resolution authorizing borrowing up to a maximum cost of $250,000 for a dump truck with plow and wing apparatuses with a useful life of 15 years, subject to permissive referendum. I offer this resolution as pre-filed with Ann Spofford, Town Clerk, and as read.
Second.
Offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. With regard to the last resolution for the payment of trucks, I think at our last work session meeting, it was discussed that we would not borrow the entire amount for the trucks that were needed by the Highway Department, as we would be paying for one vehicle, buying it cash, just as we have done last year, because we have money put aside each year in the budget to do that. So we're reducing our budgetary and borrowing costs to do that. All right, Resolution 14, throw up my numbers. This is a resolution authorizing the award of bid replacement of roof of Carmel Sewer, Carmel Sewer District Number 7 wastewater treatment plant. John, would you like to read this one as well?
John, I'll take this one for you.
Thanks, pal.
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the replacement of the existing roof at the Carmel Sewer District Number 7 wastewater treatment plant, and whereas such bids were received and opened, and Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has recommended the awarding of the bids as set forth herein. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Sewer District Number 7, hereby award the bid for the replacement of the roof at Carmel Sewer District Number 7 wastewater treatment plant to TAM Enterprises, Inc. of Goshen, New York, the lowest responsible bidder, who met specifications at an aggregate price not to exceed $203,872.47. Be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates, performance bonds, and form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute all contracts and related documentations necessary to effectuate the award of said bid on the terms set forth herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Snyder, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. Okay, the next resolution, this is a resolution declaring April 2016 as Teen Driver Safety Awareness Month. And John, would you read this one?
You want me to read it? Okay. Whereas
Just do it-
statistics and
You guys are
experience.
just doing whatever you want. Go ahead.
Susie's paying me back.
It's pandemonium up here.
Whereas
What happened to
this-
Robert's Rules of Order, right?
Whereas statistics and experience demonstrate that the greatest danger to our youth in Putnam County and throughout the country are the dangers posed from traffic crashes. And whereas highway crash statistics inform us that although teen drivers make up only 7% of the driving population, they comprise 18% of the injury-related automobile crashes. And whereas the leading cause of accidental deaths to our youthful population throughout the United States are automobile accidents. And whereas analysis shows us that the reasons for teen overrepresentation in injury-related automobile crashes include driver inexperience, excessive speed, unnecessary risk-taking, inattentive driving such as texting, and the use of alcohol and drugs. And whereas in Putnam County, we have too often experienced a tragedy with the death of a teen driver at the wheel. Many of these deaths have occurred during the spring and summer months with a high incident rate during the period leading up to prom season. And whereas all accidents are preventable and crash rates can be lowered through the use of education and awareness programs, through the use of our school systems, law enforcement programs, and youth services organizations such as the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Junior ROTC programs, and the Civil Air Patrol, just to name a few. And whereas these programs work best when there is a period set aside for local government at every level, our schools, districts, and churches, synagogues, and youth service organizations coming together to provide these educational programs. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel declares April 2016 as Teen Driver Safety Awareness Month and encourages all levels of government, school districts, law enforcement, churches, synagogues, youth service organizations, and all citizens of Putnam County to support programs that promote teen driver safety awareness, thereby protecting two of our most precious resources, our children and our grandchildren. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay. Offered by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, and this is being done in conjunction with the Putnam County Sheriff's Department and throughout the county to make everyone aware of teen driving safety issues, especially, not all year long, but especially in the month of April. All right? Next resolution, this is a resolution authorizing acceptance of proposal for Town of Carmel reevaluation project. John, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal of McCarthy Consulting Service, Inc., Carmel, New York, for the provisions of consulting services in connection with the completion of the Town of Carmel revaluation project in accordance with the proposal date March 23rd, 2016, and on file of the Office of the Town Supervisor and at an aggregated cost not to exceed $64,500, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Abstain?
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, and this is still within the purview of the reval project and the money that was allocated for this project. So she's going to be providing us with consultant services to review some of the items before the project is finalized. All right? Next is resolution number 17. This is resolution accepting proposal for insurance. John, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal of the Spain Agency, Inc., Mahopac, New York, to provide liability insurance to the Town of Carmel for a period of April 1, 2016 through March 31st, 2017, in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof, and be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documentation required to accept such proposal. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye. All right, and just as we have in the past, Spain Insurance is going to be our liability insurance carrier or agent for our carrier through NYMER for liability issues regarding the town's business lines. Okay? And the final resolution tonight is a resolution authorizing general and highway fund equity reserve balances for fiscal year 2015. And John, would you read this one?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, to establish and/or modify the balances in the fund equity reserves for the general and highway funds for fiscal year end 2015, as set forth on the schedule attached hereto, which is incorporated herein and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Lupinacci, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call, please.
Councilman Schneider.
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci.
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi.
Aye. All right, that is it for our resolutions this evening. At this time, I'd like to open the floor for public comments, 3 minutes restricted to agenda items at the present time. All right, there being none, this time, this is the open forum portion of the meeting. Public comments on new town-related business, 3 minutes per speaker for town residents, property owners, and business owners only. Okay, there being none, anybody have any announcements?
I do have an announcement.
Okay,
This Saturday is going to be the 15th and last Friesen for a Reason. It's the time to jump in the lake again and support a good cause for cystic fibrosis. The event, Friesen Frost Fest, is at Sycamore Park. It goes from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock, really 5 o'clock. 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we register all the kids. There's an open kickball game. You can bring home a trophy. 1 o'clock to 1:30, we have Dizzy Bat. That was great last year. 1:30 to 2 o'clock, it's Greasy Watermelon Relay. That actually is a lot of fun to watch. 2 to 4, we have a chili and wing cook-off challenge. 2 o'clock to 2:30 is Pie on Head contest. That's another one that is fun to watch. I just supervise that one. 2:30 to 3:30, there's a tug-of-war contest and a human hungry hippo contest. That's a new one. The hungry hippo is a new one. 3:30 to 4 o'clock, we have an open dodgeball finale. 4 o'clock, registration for the jump ends. The winners of the bake-off will be revealed, and the winner of the Frost Fest will be revealed. 4:15, they will be raffling off a 40-inch TV, some Samsung tablets, and more. There's going to be a live auction for a handmade bench. Try hard or go home, as they're saying. There's a WWE Championship belt that's going to be auctioned off. There will be some prizes for top fundraisers. And at 5 o'clock, bagpipes will lead the jumpers down to the beach. And at 5:15 to 5:16, you jump in the freezing water of Sycamore Park. Again, this year is the 15th and final Friesen for a Reason. Great cause to support and fund research for cystic fibrosis. And it's this Saturday, starting again at 12 o'clock, going till about 5 o'clock at Sycamore Park. I hope everyone can come out. I've been saying this for many years. This is a really good community event where the community just comes together, and we have a blast, and we jump in and raise money for a good cause.
okay, thank you, John. Susie, you have any announcements?
Sure. The Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks Department is still having their Spring 2000 class registration. You can register by calling 845-628-7888. You can go on their website. They have classes. They actually have some new classes. They're Intro to Stand-Up Paddleboarding, Cupcake Decorating. Those are 2 new ones. Belly dancing, mini taekwondo, tennis lessons, horseback riding, dog obedience, yoga lattes, music together, Little Chef, U.S. Sports Institute programs, and more. And everyone should have received a brochure from the Carmel Recreation. But please call them 628-7888 and sign up as soon as you can.
Okay, thanks, Susie.
Parks and Recs, continuing on that, 2016 summer camp registration is open. It is going to continue through May 27th, and Monday through Friday, you can register at Sycamore Park, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're located at 790 Long Pond Road in Mahopac. Office is going to be closed on May 30th, and camp is going to run from June 27th through August 5th for children going into grades kindergarten through 8. Residents have to purchase a 2016 resident ID card. That's $6 for each parent or guardian and campers. Non-residents may register at a non-resident fee. For more information, call the office 628-7888 or visit carmelny.org.
Thank you. All right, and this last announcement is for those residents who live in Carmel Water Districts number 2, 3, and 12. This is an announcement regarding hydrant flushing for those areas, which will begin, and I think there's going to be signs posted as well, beginning on April 11, 2016. And for a schedule of dates for each road, please refer to the Town of Carmel website homepage or the government channels Comcast 95 and Verizon Channel 24. Consumers may experience the following temporary effects of the hydrant flushing: fluctuation in pressure, discoloration of water. Laundry should not be done during this flushing period. If you have any questions, please contact Severn Trent at 228-0460. All right, anybody else have any announcements? Boys, you have anything you wanted to add? Any questions? No? All set? All right. So, as proof that they were here this evening, so they can bring it back to their troop, they're going to hand us back the agendas, and we're all going to initial them, and they
Great.
can take them back, and
Our agendas?
they have them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I doodle a lot on mine.
All right, and there being no other, we have no executive session tonight, so the meeting will be ending here. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good night. We'll see everybody next week for a work session, town board work session meeting. Good night. And look at the time.